Well, Keith, we had some prices yesterday. Let's see what today offers us. Happy Saturday. I am Callie Francois, of course, with Keith Fustel as my co-anchor, co-host, whatever you want to call him, morning line odds generator here at Laurel Park. Keith, that was some good racing that we had yesterday.
It was, and it surprised me. He got off to a start of, couple prices after the first race start with a bang, who I thought got away at a fair price at 740. Improved speed. I didn't see that coming. Where start with a bang would go to the front, but far from pulled a little upset over Celtic Cousin. Kind of head bobbing to the wire there. Big man candidate, 1620, a really good ride by Angel Cruz. Yeah, early pick 5, 4,900 if you were lucky enough to have it. So we did. I thought it was going to, piece together a couple of 3, 4 to 1 shots. There was a little bit bigger prices in there. And, we were around it most of the day. So I was fine with my handicap and made a couple dumb plays. But, we'll see what today brings. I think today's is a serious challenge. This card to me is much tougher than yesterday's card. So, and I had to kind of do a little bit of an audible and try to go to the late pick 4 to keep it affordable.
And we're going to try and talk you through this bit of a tough card that we have here on Saturday. We know that everybody is on the second level at Laurel Park right now, enjoying breakfast with Santa. I just saw everybody as I was coming in towards the studio, and it looked like so much fun. So if you haven't made it there yet, see if you can make an appearance, because Santa's there, food's there, drinks are there. It's going to be a good time up there.
We've got our stockings lined up in the press box next to the self-serve machine. So if Santa wants to pop up there and throw us a couple vouchers in there, that would be appreciated. Start this Christmas season off right.
Maybe throw yourself some vouchers. Let's start this in race number 1 in this maiden, claiming 20, going 6 furlongs on the dirt for the 6-year-old fillies. Specifically, Keith, you go with the number 8 on top, which is your value play of the day. Lady Lancer for Carlos Sepulveda gets the blinkers on with Johan Rosado for the first time.
Yeah, we'll try to start the day with a little bit of a price. I think play will certainly come in on the 6, Will for Desire, off the drop in that race off of a muddy surface in Aqueduct. But Lady Lancer intrigues me. She's going to go third time off the claim. She's got speed from the outside, and I think she's the speed of the speed, Cal. She's run a couple good races where she's kind of battled that last eighth of a mile. Her last race, the internals were comparable to conditioned nickel older boys, horses like Hard Fought and some other ones in there.
Right.
So she was going quick. A little fade late. Let's go ahead. Johan Rosado, he's got to be aggressive from this outer post with the blinkers on. It's a kind of feel where nobody has that big kick. Let's see if she can take them.
He tried to do that last time out, so hopefully the blinkers out helps him out a little bit. And again, as you said, outside post, really big thing, I think, with Lady Dancer today. Okay. You have Latesh underneath, who I have on top for Ricky Silman. Gets Javian Toledo yet again. Just missed out last time. A really nice, bit of a, not quite a light bulb, but a bit of a big changing effort last time.
Yeah, she got out to the better part of the racetrack last time and had a little bit of a contested pace to target. She churned on. She looked like a winner. Coming past the eighth pole with that frock horse, Ice Cube Baby kind of worked between and got the job done there. Extra ground shouldn't hurt her chances. She rallies into it. She would like a contested pace again. Obviously, we'll talk about the 6, Will for Desire. What are your thoughts on this Ned Allard runner coming back, getting I don't think as much moisture in your track as you saw up at Aqueduct on that sloppy sealed surface, but a good try two back at Delaware.
Right. This horse will be able to I think this horse will be – I'm going to give this horse another – obviously, clearly, I'm going to give this horse another chance having him in second underneath. But I think it's the experience. I mean, I don't know. I think he gets a bit of a refresher coming back to this field specifically. Yeah. I am making it a little bit of this field. Like I said, this field specifically, making it a little bit of a comparison to that Delaware field back in early November. So we're going to see a bit more of an effort like that because the track is rated good and there's a little bit of moisture in it, but if we get any kind of sunshine later on today, I could see it switching over to fast in some of these later races. So we'll see how that plays out. I think this horse is going to be okay on this type of good track today, Keith.
Yeah, agreed. Now, the two-back trial, I'll give you a little comparison. Two-set was an upset winner, wire to wire. She rallied into it, beating a length. The horse that was fourth, only beaten another length by her, was a Rob runner that dropped in to this race, into the Ice Cube Baby race, and didn't, made a little bit of an impact before fading. So this might be a step sideways class-wise for Will for Desire, but she does own the top buyer. at the distance.
Absolutely.
On the main track. Let's go to the second, Cal.
Keith Fusel 8765 in the first. So let's go ahead to the second. Let's dig into that video that we have right away on your top selection, Divine Law, in this claiming 25, never won 2.
Pretty good try. First off the claim here. Off a little slowly. And that's what kind of caught my eye when I was doing the chart here on November the 20th. A bigger field. Galderfield has to kind of make its way. Look at this. Off slow and then finds that seam. That's got to be tough for a rider, right, Callie?
Yes.
You're kind of there in the back of the pack. You're looking at 8 or 9 horses all scrambling. Where do you go? Where do you go? But Divine Law is able to find a seam, and I like the way that he kind of just drags the rider up into contention. Now, Young Turk was a rob runner, might have been a little bit of a drop, and he got away with it a little bit soft on the front. And look at that internal 23, 447, and 3. But the way that Divine Law was able to kind of recover off the slow start and still have enough left to finish with decent energy and hold down the place, it gives me a little bit of hope here at a price. This is a card that I'm going to target some shots to use top and bottom. Maybe bet your show bets if you like. If you're new to the game, you want to play it safe. A horse that can still give you $4 or $5 to show. Divine Law needs to break a little bit better. There's speed in here. Pressing concern, stronger than Dex. Lastman from the inside, even Quincannon. The flow should be honest. If this horse can get a good break, cruise with another ride like he did with Big Man Can yesterday, dropping down inside, finding a seam. That'll work on the shortening up here for Divine Law.
And that's exactly what happened in that maiden breaking score, Rail Ride. So this horse is comfortable getting into this positions of being really in any type of congested scenario. This horse can handle that. If Cruz should and needs to back off a little bit and just bide his time, be patient. It's 6 furlongs. There is still plenty of time at 6 furlongs to be able to make that kind of move. So really, especially with that last time out, Divine Law does have I like the 6-1.
And horses, a couple horses come out of there, run credible numbers, low 60s. Okay, so that works against this field. You've got Practical Sense, morning line favorite at 2-1. It was the Brittany Show late double yesterday, right?
Yes.
At a whopping $6, but both horses kind of ran off the screen. She's just absolutely loaded. This is another one, aggressively spotted, the right spot. Maiden 40 to 25. This is the right move.
Right.
And this one, he's got a kick. He looks like a solid one-run sprinter. Goes first time for the barn.
Exactly. The only thing I might have against that is that a little bit of an inside post, but was able to handle that last time out. You also have the rail on underneath Lastman, Ned Aller, J. Ron Barbosa. This is what I like about this one is this one has the rail position and has the pressure of needing to go to the front, which is clearly how this horse likes to win.
Yeah, 3 starts, never run a bad race. Comes off a win, not granted, coming off another break. But this barn is shown capable with horses off time. They do well. They're patient. They come back ready to rock and roll. This guy's got to break early to get Poe, but he's a horse I think can withstand a little bit of pace pressure and stay the trip with Barbosa. 3-5-2-1. Mosler's safe, I think, coming back to a better race today. He was dead flat last time out. I like this horse, and I like this angle here for Trombetta. 3 for 13, 11 for 13 in the money. With these dirt sprinters, third off of this type of break. ROI, $7. There's another one to play around with in your place and show bets if you just want to take it a little safe.
Under the radar, Keith Fusel stat for us in the second race at the start of the early pick 4. Race number 3 is a maiden claiming 30, going a 1-turn mile on the dirt here for the 2-year-olds. Keith, we go plenty of different directions in this, but we land on a couple of horses similar, but you land on Waldazar on top for Norman Cash, J. Ron Barbosa. I got to see the improvement. Are we going to see that last effort that we saw first time out at Churchill Downs?
Just going to sit here and say, okay, this guy's a new horse. First time gelding. Let's get back to kind of how he ran in his debut. Closed into a horse that was all right, and that race produced a winner. A mile, I think, is going to be within this horse's scope. I think this horse is okay getting back to a fast track. Nothing to really love here. I think Chelonian's an interesting one. October 23rd, Nest took 2 horses. Nest didn't. Well, they had somebody take, I guess, a couple horses down. Now they're transferred into the Nest barn.
Right.
One of them is running tomorrow as a heavy favorite, if I'm not mistaken. That's Trey Pat or whatever in the
yes.
Open. Yeah, at a short price. So the fact that he's jumping this horse up a little bit, I like. And this horse is a second-time gelding. He's got some speed. He'll get position. And, again, from a breeding standpoint, should be able to stay the trip.
I agree. Absolutely. Let's
Okay.
talk about the horse that we both have underneath as well. General JR for Jerry Robb, Xavier Perez. This one has been kind of slowly but surely been stretched out bit by bit. I mean, you would think a key race is that maiden special weight on the 30 end of July, 31st of July, but saw a little bit of that just a bit further, placed a bit further back last time out.
I think from a stamina standpoint, this is a horse maybe you can trust.
Right.
I think if he kind of holds serve of what he's been running, I don't know if he wins it, but he should be into the mix. Early move last time, a bigger move, and just couldn't quite sustain. A little more patience, being able to save some ground should enhance his chances, and his late kick in here. That was a little bit of a scramble race for me.
It was definitely a scramble race. As you can see, we're very different. I go 10-3, 9-2. You go 4-3, 5-2. Interesting race right there. Race number 4 does, however, start the Rainbow Pick 6, and I did make up a ticket. It went a little bit interesting, but let's take a look at it. Go Double. My single is in race number 7. Excuse me, as I'm scrolling. That's going to be the number 9, Billy Kiss for Jerry Robb in that position. I think that's just a big jump up. We're bumping back up to the maiden special weight, which is a confidence move that I like to see in the Jerry Robb runner. We get an outside post for that one as well. Race number 9 is where I go a little bit wide in that nightcap that we have here, and why not? I liked all those horses that I have in that Claiming 16. Never Win 3, a $43.20 ticket to get you going. And let's talk about this one that starts the Rainbow Pick 6, starter optional Claiming 20, a mile and 16th here on the dirt, which have started for a claiming price of $12.5 or less. Big scratch in the number 1 assembly point. So that leaves us both with Thorny Tail still on the rail position on top.
Yeah, another race. That's to separate these horses. It's tough. There's majority of these guys, they want to be forward.
Right.
They want to go. They want to be part of this flow. Plowman is fresh. A reclaim for Jamie Ness. That's the 6 horse who I think is going to be put in action early. But they got to deal with the 4, Motogali for Norman Cash, who's quick and proven. I think Thorny and Bustoff, I think, he's not the same Bustoff, but could be a thorn in somebody's side early. But Thorny Tail has been consistent. I think that's what I'm going to trust in here. I think he's got the fitness and everything, and his running style right now works as somebody who can be even a little bit further back than what he's been his last couple of races and sustain a run into this pace. A sneaky horse for me is Bobby G. Bobby G is a horse that's loved Laurel. He's coming back quickly in 7 days. A deeper closer. He will be well back early. Okay, but this is the kind of field, if everybody kind of gets it set, we want to be up close. This guy, at the ripe old age of 8, might just kind of steadily grind and be a factor that last eighth of a mile. I'm not going to leave him out of my tickets because he's going to hold value in here.
It's a saucy combination of him dropping down here, and then on top of that, just being able, the way the race sets up, it could really benefit Bobby G today. And of course, as you mentioned, we know he loves Laurel. He tore it up here a couple of years ago at Laurel, all 2020 and a bit of 2021 as well. So again, this race is one of those races where you either are betting for the horse that he is that day, or you're taking at it a couple of different angles. You could take this race. It's not a big field, but it's such an interesting field where you could take it a couple of different puzzle pieces into place.
This is why in the early pick 4 I didn't play. I mean, because I think I would take all in here. Bustoff goes back to the old Bustoff. He can win.
Right.
There's every horse in here I could come up with a legitimate reason to win. Goldini's coming back in 6 days. Now was that a one-off on the off track? But Jacobson, guys coming back, way back, was a major force bringing those horses into Laurel and win, and was not scared to run them back on short rest. So there you go. So the race 4, if you can, all buttons a safe way to go for me.
It is. I mean, I had to go too wide in this race just because I have a Rainbow Pick 6 and my ticket would be $300 if I did that. So with that being said, race number 5 is the maiden Claiming 20, going a mile and an eighth on the dirt with scratching the 5. I'm Not a Baby, which leaves you with the number 8 on top. Post traction,
Posse traction.
Posse traction, there we go, for Dale Capuano and Carlos Lopez trying the route for the first time.
That was from My Cousin Vinny, right? The movie with, what's her name? Oh, gosh.
You're going to have to lead me on this one.
This is bad. She's up on. And they're talking about Posi Traction. Had
There
to
we go.
do something with the case and proving her case, but maybe that's the name. Posi Traction.
Probably.
You know, looking at this race again, question of stamina. A mile and an eighth. A lot of these horses, they look like they really don't want to go over a mile. Somebody's got to win the race, and somebody's going to stagger home. The 8, I'm going to trust that Dale Cap says, you know what? I know this guy may not have a lot of ability, but he can run all day.
Right.
We just don't know how fast, but he can get there. So there you go. Out of a mare that was a 7-time winner, 4 winning siblings. He doesn't do this move a lot. He's 1 for 4, 2 for 4 with Router's first time out in the maiden claiming variety over the last 5 years. So just a little shot here. It's kind of like that horse of Rudy's I liked yesterday that Marissa Tomei was it. That was it from my cousin Vinny. But anyhow, that I liked. It kind of rallied in late on the left fleet. So take a shot here with Posi Traction. Proven horse, probably maybe the 3, Secret Sanctuary. The 4, maybe it's time. The 12 drawing way outside, but a good effort. The 12 comes out of a race, this Eddie Graham runner, Callie, that just got beat by Only Child. Only Child,
excuse me.
Bless you. Only Child came back and it ran a 54 here for the 2 in life for 10,000.
Yep.
So can he get position and stay the trip? Let's talk real quick about your top horse, Secret Sanctuary.
Yes, Secret Sanctuary. Secret Sanctuary. So okay, I got your tongue twister for this race. You got my. Scratch my back, I scratch yours. Anyway,
Okay.
This horse coming back, Bob Caceres has been doing well, especially with these horses coming from New York back here to Maryland. So this horse is just kind of feeling himself out. Really got outclassed 2 back, but got some really good traction that last time out. Is a bit of a grinder type, no doubt, but that's where I think in this field is where he's going to excel, specifically because he's a grinder. You just don't know with a couple of these of how it's going to be going as far as if they can handle the distance. So in this type of race, that's how I see it. You always want to trust a bit of the grinder style, and this is exactly where Secret Sanctuary falls into place.
Yeah, he kind of was able to recover. Had a little bit of a hiccup on the turn last time out, stymied a little bit, was able to shift out. It kept on running pretty well. Blame it on the fun, came back to win. So that's good. From a position standpoint where, the post position, it really works well, I think, for him. And this 4 horse is going to go, again, was at a muddy kind of aberration number last time out. But he ran well. He broke a little slow, rushed up, and stayed the trip at 7. He's got to carry it a few more furlongs today. I think with him, he's going to have to deal with Mary Epler's horse from the inside, Voice and Out, going synthetic to dirt, who has speed. So there you go, race 5.
There we go, race 5. Keith Fusel 8-3, 12-4 in that race. And we'll be right back to talk about the rest of the card here for Saturday, this interesting Saturday card here.
We're ready for the start. They're off.
I'm going to need a few days off, I guess. That's my legitimate reason. I took one for the team.
I was giving you a send-off. And we did confirm that it was my cousin Vinny and Posi Traction in the race that we were discussing earlier. Thank you to our production team and our trailer team in the trailer. Race number 6 is a claiming 10,000, which have never won 2, going 5.5. This starts Keith's late pick 4.
Yeah, there you go. 136. We got a $9 ticket, three deep to get you started. I had to go from a $200 ticket or whatever that early one's going to be to this. We'll try to whittle it down. Camellia Rod, Speak Your Mind, and Martha Rita, Red Hot at Eubanks Barn, right there. Race 7, 2 deep, 5 and 8. Kerness, we'll see. Everybody's got a nest. Everything's a nest now.
Everything's a nest now.
It's his world. We're just living in it, right? It's the nest world.
Oh, yes.
5 and 8. Race 8 with the 1, 2, 6, and single in race 9 with Bourbon Over Ice. A little bit of a price going first time here. Barn change to Tony Ferrier. $9 for that late pick 4.
I go 4 wide and you single on the nightcap. There we go. Keith Fusel's late pick 4 that starts in this claiming at 10,000, which have never won 2, going the 5.5 for the girls, 3 years old and up. We land on the same horse, Keith. Speak Your Mind. Susan Cooney, Javian Toledo just missed out last time. A really nice game effort. gets a bit more of an inside draw, but that's not gonna. I don't think that's gonna stop this girl today.
She's quick, and she did that first 3/8 very easily. Let it out there, 3/16 pole, just couldn't quite hold on. Icy Reply has gone on to Charleston, being competitive, a little bit better feels. Red, White, and Tacos we saw a win here yesterday. My key is can she rate a little bit if somebody really wants to go gung-ho from the outside, and that would be the 9, Pray for the USA, who stumbled a little bit last time and was rushed. You see that short comment, broke slow, I should say, and used vying inside. She's pretty quick, but so is Speak Your Mind. I think that shorter run of the turn, she looks to be improving. I'll take a shot with her for Susan Cooney. Camellia Rod, Barbosa stays. First off the claim off of a break. We want to look at that race, right?
Yes, we got a video spotlight on Camellia Rod, just taking a look at that bump last time out.
Yeah, out of the gate at Pimlico, September the 18th, a bump and then a squeeze.
Bump
out
in
of
action there.
Yeah, a little bit of pinball is what we had here going on at Old High Ho back there on Park Heights Avenue at Hayward. Yeah, so Camellia Rod, though, is able to recover. Going to kind of circle up about 5 wide into the stretch. Comes running late, only beaten 2 lengths when it's all said and done. We know Senson's kind of a key horse, multiple winner. She didn't run too well the other day, but at this point, a good key horse here. So Camellia Rod, will she get the flow that she likes, and can she get position from that inner post, leaving the 3/8 pole? Is she going to have to work too hard? But she's probably going to bring a little bit of a rally. I think this 3 is the one. The road's going to go through her, though, top of the stretch.
Sure. And what about the 6, Keith?
That's Martha Rita,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. I thought I've got my numbers wrong on my form, but yeah, Martha Rita.
Okay.
Again, it's just the barn. The barn's been red hot.
Yes.
Shortening up a little bit, I think, works. Fast track. She brings that number back, she wins. So that's going to be the key. But Cruz riding well. The barn's on fire. I think she gets great position here to make a move into it.
The barn nearly 50% for this meet here in the money. So 3-1-6-8 for Keith Fusel. I go 3-6-1-8. Race number 7 is a maiden special weight, going 6 furlongs on the dirt for the 2-year-olds. Keith, you land on the number 8. That's going to be Kerness, of course, that we talked about for Jamie Ness. Jaime Rodriguez gets the call. Nice work, so leading up.
Yeah, Lab on the Stallion's only about 8% with the first-time starters. The mare was 0 for 8. But this guy, he's a fool to Kenner, a horse that they also had, Ness and his owner, who showed some ability. Was only 1 for 12. It topped at a 76. The works leading into it are good. I'm not sold on some of these other runners. There's a couple firsters in here that you're going to have to deal with. But I think Kerness should be tied on, ready to roll. I'd like the post position because Billy Kiss to the outside just going to go ahead and go.
Tell me about Billy Kiss that you really don't like.
I was looking for a little bit more price. He will be in my exactas underneath. I'm going to take a shot with this firster and the 5, but the 9, you said it, positive, encouraging move back up in class for Billy Kiss, and he doesn't catch the strongest maiden special weight here, special weight field here.
No, so of course we also we just did talk about our main horse.
Let's talk about the 5.
Let's talk about the 5.
Okay.
Mission Man, McLean Hendricks. This horse, ZZ Zuzum, of course, a very prestigious horse, of course. So, but the thing about Mission Man is that I think this horse is destined to go a little bit longer.
Okay.
So I like this horse to be in the thick of it. The horse has the raw talent. We're getting back to the dirt, of course. McLean Hendricks, super short sampling from turf to dirt. It's 1 for 2. That's really nothing to really get excited about. But we're talking about a gelding, and we're talking about a switch over to the dirt. So to me, the biggest thing is I like the horse. I think he's going to do better things going a touch longer.
Okay.
Yep.
Gets an extra 16th of a mile here today. Now going turf to dirt from 5.5.
That's right.
Isn't
that
enough?
Extra 16.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, and the mare, obviously this guy is a half to Caravel, but also a half to Whitty, who was a 4-time winner on the dirt. I think this transition is going to be okay against this group. I think Mission Man's going to have some speed to target. He's got the ability to make a run. He showed a couple moves in debut. He was hung out, not the easiest of trips, second out. Comes in fresh. I think he rallies into it. 8-5-7-2 for me. Weekend Tizzy, Boniface runner.
Don't sleep.
66 buyer, 2 back on the off track. But certainly the other 2 races kind of work. Might get bet down further than I have at this 7-2 price.
I like Charlie Marquez because the way Trevor rode this horse up in New York, especially that second time out, I like the fit of Charlie possibly giving that horse that kind of ride. He'll fit that ride. As a rider, he'll fit that type of situation very well. Race number 8 is our allowance optional, claiming 55. Again, 5.5 on the, or not again, but 5.5 on the dirt. Excuse me. Let's chuck to that video right away there, where we have 3 key horses in the video in this race today, Keith.
Yeah, that's true. The 1-3's Overdeuces, Karen's Notion, and Going to Lead. We're going to spotlight Karen's Notion out of the gate. This was a speed day on the 21st of November. Unfortunately, Karen's Notion from that rail post broke just a touch slow and had to gun hard and gets caught in this duel with 3's Overdeucer. There's 3's Overdeuces with the lime green, the little blue. Is the survivor right there. He's able to kind of go clear. Unfortunately, the Tally Lynch horse had a perfect setup. And here comes Going to the Lead in the red. The 6 horse today making a good, steady progression out of it. I kind of see a little bit of maybe a lineup race here. If Karen's Notion breaks a little bit, and Barbosa, he may try to send and just try to go ahead and duel and win that battle again. But I think today maybe the 2's a little bit quicker. The 1 just takes off and sits the trip and kind of edges on by. These 2 might be able to run away from the field, I think, by the time they hit the quarter pole. So if they don't get super aggressive, and this is at 5.5, they can use that shorter run of the turn to their ability, separate, and hold on late.
That's what I like. That's exactly what I like, and I like to hear that. So we're thinking the same.
Okay.
We're thinking similar thoughts about that. I do like Going to the Lead. I'm such a big fan of the horse, and I like that he gets a bit of an outside post. Obviously was sent a little bit. We were talking about that last time out, but again, you go back to this horse's last win back in April. This horse loves to sit right in that sweet spot. You go 2 back when William Humphrey rode this horse. That was a bomb ride. And I think if he gets that similar type of trip, he has a much more noticeable presence in this race today.
Sure. I like him a little shorter here, 5.5 today, not the 7/8. He should be able to drop in, not be hung as wide as what he was in that race that we just showed. Golden Candy, all he does is win, coming off a break. He's going to have to be really tied on. He's got ability. He's shown it. But I'm going to have to be super tied on off of this break with a couple of these crack sprinters. So
yeah, but Anthony Pecoraro, he's okay as of lately. For 5 for 21 first after a layoff, and then let me do the math real quick. 11 for 21 in the money first after layoff, which it's clear to where to put this horse in this race. But don't sleep on Peck. Race number 9 is our nightcap of the day. This claiming 16, never win 3, going 7. This is our only 7 furlong dirt affair of today. You land on the number 6. Your single in this race, Bourbon Over Ice for Anthony Ferrier. Carlos Lopez just always missing it. So you think this horse is going to get the job done today?
I do. First time here for Ferrier, a little drop. I think it's a step sideways. I like this horse off the trip last time. He was up early, eased back a little bit, gave up some ground, but closed on the kind of, I thought, maybe the deader part of the racetrack. The muddy sealed surface, a lot of times, what buddy calls charts up there, a lot of these times the horse 4, 5, 6 wide, way out there closing. This horse came back inside. 7/8 of a mile works for him. We've got a horse I think is going to take plenty of play in here, Rominski. We've got a video of the 7. I'm a little concerned of the drop into the tag and the layout, because this horse was a vet scratch on the 29th of October. But, man, big try here behind Al Loves Josie, doing all the dirty work, hard chase, only gets to be at a length and 3/4 when it's all said and done. So he's going to be a forward factor. 7/8, a little bit of a question. Break question. So there's some things there that I'm a little concerned about. That's why it's going to lead me to a horse like Bourbon Over Ice, so I think it's going to bring that finish and even the 4 back at you.
I like that horse, and I like Back At You a lot. I didn't have enough faith to have that, but now that we have this track that still has a little bit of moisture, might help him out a little bit. Just bounced hard, I think, the last time out. So I won't be surprised at all if we see the Back At You that we saw back in mid-November and October. But Keith Fustel and I are just going to wrap it up for these talks about the races today. Let's head over to our lightning round just to bring up a couple of things here today. really quickly, wanted to talk about, we have another text alert system at the ready for you guys, and this service provides regular updates on the racing office, activities, post time changes, and developments related to the training hours at both Laurel Park and Pimlico Racecourse. To subscribe, text MJC to 443-457-9977 or use, there's a QR code on the MD Horseman website if you go there. Otherwise, you can follow their Twitter account at MJC Office to go along with the daily racing information. But let's talk about another milestone that Maryland campaign business has brought up, the Beyond the Wire Maryland Thoroughbred Aftercare. They recently topped their 600 mark for the number of horses that have gone through their program. The number of horses successfully placed from 2018 to 2021 has run from 106 to 125 each of those years, with 2022 expected to reach a bit of a similar number. So it's wonderful to see, especially in Maryland, when we have so many horses. It's such a bevy of an area for horses to have second careers. There's so many opportunities, and it's so nice to see Maryland MJC being really heavily involved in that. But let's talk about another MJC one on the go. Shake 'em Loose, stakes winner Shake 'em Loose on the comeback trail. This horse came back on the work tab. Just breezed an easy half mile in 51 and 2 on December 3rd. So they just gave him a bit of a, what I like is that they took an x-ray of the ankles, found a little chip, so took him out, gave him some time. Just a really nice kudos to all the horsemen involved of just really looking out for their horses.
Okay.
There we go. Keith Fusel.
Rudy, best bet?
Yeah.
9th race, number 6. So you get a little value in there as well. I think money could be spread. Rominsky, I think, is going to take play. I don't want to take 7-2 on Bourbon overnight, so I want to get that 9-2, 5, 6-1 for Tony Ferrier. I think this horse will make a run into it. Value play, we're going to get the day started. We're going to need this 8 horse to go ahead and set sail from the outside with the blinkers on. Let's see how far she can go.
Let's see how Dave Rodman, if he has any more updates for us on changes and scratches. Thank you guys for joining us, and best of luck.
All right, good luck.